Act 1. After the war, Station Square, day. Life is normal, almost. A small child looks at Sonic and briefly sees another version of him. Amy, worried. Tell me you feel that. Sonic, frowning. Yeah. Like the world's got a glitch in its step. Angel Island Shrine. Knight Knuckles returns home. The shrine is cracked. The Master Emerald pulses weakly. Knuckles whispers, "You're not supposed to be broken." He reaches out a flash. Visions hit him. Cities flooding. A blue water god screaming ancestors. Tails' lab. Night Tails scans the dimensional signatures on his monitors. Tails, okay, according to the math, this world is reacting to our return. Not just us, what we did. He zooms in on an anomaly, an energy signature from the time reactor they destroyed in the future. It's echoing backward across time. Tails, no. Behind him, a storm brews outside. West Ocean, just offshore. Dawn a rumble beneath the water. Something ancient stirs. From the depths, a shimmering blue creature rises, humanoid but fluid, towering and expressionless. Eyes glowing, its form distorts. Pieces of time glitch across its surface. A child's toy from the past. A burning building from the future. It looks toward Station Square, then it screams. A Station Square. Moments later, the ground shakes. Windows burst, the sea swells unnaturally. People run as the creature, chaos, emerges in full view. Not evil, not angry. Just broken. Sonic, horrified. That's not just water. That's memory. As they prepare to act, a psychic shockwave hits them all. Each member is thrown into a vision montage. Sonic sees a version of himself with black fur and red eyes, screaming in a crater alone. Tails sees himself older, commanding warships over a burning sky. Amy holds a ring and watches Sonic disappear. Knuckles sees his ancestors crying at the fall of the shrine. Shadow sees Metal Sonic wired into a throne, laughing as the world burns. Station Square, wreckage. Clouds, it's not just a creature, it's a vessel. Sonic. Then we need to remind it who we are. They turn toward the rising sea. Chaos vanishes into a light beam, heading inland. Various locations, montage. A slow montage plays as ominous music builds. The Master Emerald cracks further. Zones around the world begin to flicker. A portion of Chemical Plant Zone replaces a forest. A piece of Crisis City appears in the middle of Station Square. Chaos. Emeralds glow violently, sensing the imbalance. Unknown ruin, deep earth, night. A voice whispers in the dark, through static and fire. VO. Time chose them, but time was wrong. A glowing red eye opens. Metal familiar, but changed. Skies over Earth. Knight Sonic, now determined, stares at the storm on the horizon. Sonic VO. We escaped a future full of war, but we came home to a world that never healed. As the camera pulls back, Earth is visibly fractured, zones flickering, energy storms forming. Sonic VO. And if we don't fix this, we're not just losing our world. We're losing every version of it. Text on screen, Act 2, Fractured Futures. Act 2, Fractured Futures, Station Square. Night storm clouds churn overhead. Dimensional cracks shimmer like lightning veins across buildings. The sky stutters, brief flashes show other cities, other worlds. Silver the Hedgehog stands before the group, chaos energy humming at his fingertips. Silver, this timeline isn't stable anymore. The war you ended created echoes. Tails. We saved the world, Silver. You saved your version, but time doesn't forget. He holds out a fractured time core, still glowing with warped metal energy.
Silver, and neither does Chaos. Chaos Shrine, under the sea. Night Chaos, now larger, slinks through the flooded ruins of a forgotten temple.
As it moves, its body flickers with alternate memories. Futures where Sonic died, worlds flooded, time destroyed. It kneels in front of a broken mural, a chaotic deity, corrupted. Then its form shifts. One of its arms now resembles Metal Sonic's claw. World map. Various locations, montage. The camera flies across the globe as reality cracks open. A section of Green Hill Zone turns into the dark, warped terrain of Crisis City. Chemical Plant Zone crashes into the outskirts of Station Square. Angel Island floats wildly, barely held together, Master Emerald shards flying in orbit like moons. Citizens see ghosts of other versions of themselves. Tails Lab. Midnight. Holograms of timelines swirl in chaos. Tails types furiously. Tails. It's like all versions of the world are being remembered at once. Chaos is absorbing the worst ones. He pulls up a file. Protocol, Heart Link. Tails. If we can locate the heart, the emotional origin of chaos, maybe we can separate it from the timelines. Chaos ruins. Spiritual plane. Amy ventures alone into a vision realm after following a chaos fragment. There she meets a young girl, Tikal. She's not a ghost, she's an echo from Chaos's heart. Tikal, he only wanted peace, but now he remembers war. Amy, we can bring him back, can't we? Tikal, only if the world wants him to return. As a friend. Zone breach. Warfield. Knight Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow arrive at the zone breach, where a fusion of Crisis City and Green Hill is collapsing inward. Dozens of Metal Sonic echoes are attacking survivors, mindless echoes of possible futures. That's not your guilt, that's him. In the center of the zone breach, Dark Sonic, fully formed, a version corrupted by chaos energy and failure. Dark Sonic, you let them down, all of them. GUN. Temporal Black Site. Later, Silver, Rouge, and Tails meet with GUN commanders who've hidden away from the collapse. GUN General. We always feared something like this, but not him. A massive chamber opens. Inside, a cryo-sealed chamber marked Metal Sonic Prime. Silver, and now his consciousness is leaking into chaos. We brought it back with us. Chaos Core. Night Chaos, now evolved into a half-organic, half-machine form, begins drawing the surrounding zones toward itself. It speaks in fragmented voices, Sonics, Eggmans, Tikals, Metals. Chaos, distorted. Remember, the war, the end, the beginning. It towers into the sky. Rings of chaos energy spiral outward. Time begins to bend. Suddenly, a timequake shatters the earth. Zones invert sky becomes sea. Buildings float. Final montage. Various. Knuckles reforges the Master Emerald using fragments held in different versions of himself across timelines. Amy rallies people to remember the peaceful side of chaos. Tails launches a prototype stability drive into the atmosphere. Silver begins to fade. His future version no longer has a world to anchor him. Silver, smiling at Sonic. Make this the final timeline. Please. Chaos Reality. Core. Night. Sonic stares up at chaos, now colossal, formed from all versions of history, including his own failures. Sonic to himself. You're not the monster. You're the memory. He steps forward. Sonic, then let me remind you who I am. Cut to black. Text on screen. ACT 3, All or Nothing.
Act 3, All or Nothing. The multiverse falls. Memory becomes monster. Heroes become hope. Sky, Chaos Reality Core. Night. A swirling storm of fractured zones. Chemical Plant, Angel Island, Crisis City, Sky Sanctuary. All orbit the now gargantuan figure of chaos, formed from warped memories, timelines, and machine corruption. The sky is upside down, time glitches, buildings float. On the edge of this storm stands Sonic, his fur wind-swept, shoes cracked, eyes locked forward. Floating beside him, glowing with ancient warmth, is Tikal, her form fully restored, carrying the echo flame, the last trace of Chaos's pure heart. Tikal. He's in pain. He remembers everything but can't feel anything. Sonic. Then let's help him feel again. Station Square. Zone collapse. Night Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Shadow, and Silver race through the glitching city. Tails leads groups of civilians into a portal-like stability tunnel, his handheld stabilizer short-circuiting in his grip. Tails, move fast! The zones are folding in! Amy protects a child trapped under rubble as reality flickers between a park and lava-drenched Crisis City. Amy to the child. I know it's scary, but we've seen worse, haven't we? She lifts the debris as her hammer crackles with chaos light. Chaos core. Floating plaza. Night. Sonic and Tikal float toward Chaos, who now towers over them like a living god of broken time. His body is part water, part machine, part metal Sonic. Chaos. Distorted. I remember everything. The war, the flood, the failure. Tikal sends waves of emotional memory, scenes of peace, harmony, her people, laughter, into Chaos's core. Tikal. Gentle. You weren't meant to destroy. You were meant to protect. Chaos howls, the machine side resisting. A giant metallic claw swings at Sonic. Sonic bounces off it, charges through, and strikes the heart of the storm with Chaos control. Sonic, you want memories? Here's one. Of a world that never gave up on you. Zone collapse. Moments later, Knuckles, glowing from shards of the reformed Master Emerald, holds a crumbling piece of Earth together, bridging collapsing platforms as civilians cross. Knuckles. Last time I hold the world on my shoulders, I swear. Shadow leaps across time gaps, Chaos Spear after Chaos Spear buying Tails time to evacuate the last survivors. Shadow. Sonic better make this count. Chaos Core. Inside the storm. Sonic is now within Chaos's mind, floating inside a memory matrix of all timelines. He sees himself falling in alternate worlds. Robotnik winning, Tails dying, Amy forgotten, the Metal War returning. Sonic. Not every version of me wins, but the one thing we all do, we get back up. He drives his chaos-powered hand into the core of the memory storm. Sonic yelling, "You're not alone anymore!" Tikal follows with her flame, touching the core. Tikal, come home, Chaos. Please. The sky. Moments later, a blinding explosion. The sky clears. The zones freeze mid-collapse, then begin reversing. Reality repairs itself. Chaos, now small, gentle, glowing, floats beside Tikal, calm for the first time. Chaos, peace. I remember peace. He looks at Sonic. Chaos, thank you. And with that, Chaos and Tikal rise skyward in a glowing spiral of light, becoming part of the world again, like guardians watching above. The station square. The next day. The skies are calm. The zones have stabilized. The emeralds lie silent, spent. Sonic and his friends stand on a rooftop watching a sunrise. Amy, so what now? Tails, time's still cracked in places. But we'll fix it. Knuckles, we always do. Shadow stands apart, arms folded. Shadow, let's hope it stays fixed. Sonic smiles, wind in his fur. Sonic, whatever comes next, we're ready. Closing shot. The camera pans up to the sky, where a faint shimmer of Chaos's light pulses like a second sun. Then cut to black. Narrator, VO. In every timeline, one thing remains constant. Hope. As long as that echo remains, so will they. Text on screen. Sonic Adventure. Echoes of Chaos. The end. Or is it?